Hello viewers and welcome back to the channel for a new video on GT Sport. For this video I'm going to present you two races of the manufacturer series. It was at the Nürburgring in the GR3 cars. So for the first race I'm going to present you the worst I had on that day. Unfortunately things went a bit weird during the race, and we tried our best. We were gaining a lot of position, but unfortunately some stuff did happen. So for my quali I was able to qualify P12 this time. I wasn't really able to sort the car right on this track. So before that I'm going to leave you with the intro, because what would be the FIA without the intro? So starting in 12th. So first thing, something that Polyphony really need to work on is how someone starting the race with 1.9 second gap with a guy in front of him. It's I can't explain that. It's something very weird. I would rather they start the race with a grid position instead, because yes, the guy in front did make a better quality. I actually fully accept that, but you can't give nearly 2 second gap on the start of a race. It's incredible, but well, we will have to deal with that. So we gain one position by someone else making a mistake, and as you could see, there was nearly 4 seconds gap between me and the other Frenchman in the Corvette in front. So we tried to just hit the apex as much as we could and go as fast as possible. So 2 laps after, we were able to gain on the group in front, as they were fighting also, but did slow them down. So we are going to just focus and try to be cautious also. So here we are still fighting, but I'm really trying to look if I can find a way pause them without losing too much time. And I have to also pause them quickly, because I'm going to lose some times also with the guy behind. Here I'm really like 3.5 seconds behind, just in front of them, nearly 3 seconds. And yeah, we're trying to stay with them, but not fighting too much, because if we keep on fighting, we are going to lose time. So here we have the French trying to overtake the guy in the Mercedes, and he had a very bad exit. So trying to do inside, I brake a bit earlier just to make sure I don't hit him, because the penalty system is a bit like, well, weird. I think that's the right way to say it. Yeah, just trying to stay with them. Here I did brake a bit too early and then release the brake so I get some speed, but I did release it too much also, so wasn't the best of a turn 1 here. So the guy in the Mercedes struggling a little bit. I'm going to try to pass him as fast as possible. Did touch me a little bit just to force the way in, because I didn't want to lose too much time behind him, because the guy in P11 was coming for us. So I need to make my way, to force my way in here. So another guy serving his penalty, just going around. So here, just keeping the like a defensive line, semi-defensive line, just to keep my place, stay behind Frenchman. So one lap after, we are going to try to produce the most pressure as possible onto the Frenchman, because we could see that he was struggling with having someone just behind him. So we are going to use that. Now we are trying to have a good exit, stay into a slipstream of a Frenchman, and see if we could make an attack onto the next corner. But unfortunately, I did brake a little bit too late, and I did tap him out. And while he was trying to get a better exit from what happened, it did push me out, but I'm sure that wasn't intentional, and he got a penalty for that. But we were slowing down, and here I was coming out of a corner, kept my line to defend my position, and I have been sent to the shadow room by a German. And not only he sent me to the shadows, I hit the wall. I got 1.5 second penalty for that, and I have a complete destroyed car. The engine is damaged, the tires are damaged, the rear is damaged, everything. So that's throwing me down. And don't forget, I have also to serve a 1.5 second penalty to hit a wall. That did slow me down. So as the game thinks I might have gained some position by doing that, just gave me 1.5 second penalty. Why not? Well, that resume what I was saying earlier about the penalty system. It's very weird. I can't understand how on some tracks the system can think that you are making something wrong or not. For example, here I didn't do anything wrong. I've been pushed in a wall and I got 1.5 second penalty. And to be honest, as from there, I completely lose it. I wasn't able to take the corners properly. I wasn't able to go as fast as I could, because as you can see, I was making on my fastest lap 1.57, sorry. And that wasn't too far from the fastest lap in the race. So yeah, going back into 16th, and I'm going to finish the race in 15th position, and I will finish it right behind the guy in P14. So that was maybe the worst race of a day for the FIAs. And to be honest, if this guy, I'm sure he was faster than me on that section, because I did slow down due to what happened with the Frenchman where I went out. If he could have been just patient enough, he would have been able to overtake me into a straight. So yeah, so for now, the second race for my quali, on my first attempt I was blocked by a Portuguese guy in a Ferrari, and I'm going to have him again during the quali. So well, we didn't make a very good quali, so we were going to start, we did start in 10th, and again, same as the previous race, starting with nearly 2 second gap with a guy in front. I mean, seriously. Well, gain one position here, by someone else making a mistake again, and it was, I can't even explain that. It was like every time you try your best and you have something in the game that make you like uh, well, you will have to fight against not only the players who's in the race, but also with the game having some issues also. Because to be honest, I can't really understand that. So here, first lap, we gain a position, trying to stay behind the Frenchman here because he's quite fast. Even if he made a mistake, that's why we came back on him. But as soon as we are in his slipstream, sorry, we were able to catch him, and yeah, I was going to try to overtake him, but something I can't explain again, because for here I'm in front of him and he turned into me, went out, and guess what? 3-second penalty. Bravo, wonderful. That couldn't be much better. Yes, 3-second penalty for someone who turned into you and went out, and I was in front of him. Something similar will happen later on in this race. So here, forcing his way, I back out, just let him go because I didn't want at that time to get another penalty for someone hitting me. So I just tried to stay away from troubles, and I will have to serve my 3-second penalty. That would make me lose a lot of time onto that straight, because it would be like nearly 5 seconds you lose on that time, because it's on a straight. At the moment the cars are just coming out of the corner, pushing hard, and yeah, you just need to get out of the way, just in case that the guy tried to go through you and he hit you while you are a ghost car. So that also happened to me in the previous race. So here we lose one position, we stayed behind the Porsche, but now for this one, yes, I should have got a penalty, but I didn't, because this time I wasn't in front of the Porsche. Even if he turned, because he will have to turn, it's a corner, that's normal, but I wasn't in front of him, and I did hit him, and he went out, and I didn't got any penalty. So here we came back onto the guy in the Ferrari, and I bottled it. We are going to call that the bottle job. I'm getting an expert, being an expert in that recently, so well, we are trying to do our best. So here, the guy in the Porsche, weird way to get back onto the racing line into a braking zone thing also, that I don't really understand how people can drive like that. You have took a line to overtake someone and you change line while being in a braking zone, and that can normally, if I was coming faster, I would have hit him, he would have been sent to the shadow room, I would have gotten a penalty, he would have got a penalty also because he did hit the wall in front, and well, fortunately that didn't happen. So here we have someone just trying to do some drift here in the last lap of a race, and you have the German in front having half-second penalty for going a bit wide onto the corner in the first section. So here, yeah, we are going to finish the race on P11. We did lost one place in this race. It could have been better if there was not this 3-second penalty, but unfortunately I think I did show you in this video, that there are things that really need to be sorted out to make that game being a very good experience, because they do have the tools to make a very good racing simulator game. But unfortunately we can't get everything we want. So yeah, finishing 11, and that was my best of the worst two race I had on that day for the FIAs. So well, for that day it wasn't good at all. Even for the points for the championship, it wasn't good. And actually, after these two races, I was standing in the Mazda manufacturer standing, P25. It's not bad to be honest. But well, I hope you did enjoy this video, and for next race it will be at Monza, the Temple SP, ladies and gentlemen, in the Tier 4 car. We need to see what we're going to do. Until then, stay safe. Cheers.